Hello, friends. Hello and welcome. Welcome to yours and mine Cozy Corner. My name is Amanda, and on this channel, we talk about books, and more books. Hello, friends. Back with another video. But before I get into the video, I do want to point out that on this side, I have the bookcase that you usually see in my video, and it still has all the fall things on there. But yes, if you look to my left, I have another bookcase that has my Christmas decoration on it. I know it's not December the 1st, but they had them out, some of the Christmas holiday stuff. So I went ahead and purchased them. And yes, I put them on my bookcase early. So don't talk about me in this video. Just wanted to do that. Now, this video that we're going to do, and you guys know the notes are here as usual, but this is a series that I am going to call 5 for 10 or less. And these are books that I got from the Goodwill store. Now, I was seeing all these videos about these people going to Goodwill and getting all these nice books from there. So I decided to go, and I'm not going to lie. When I went, I'm like, maybe just my area don't have the good books that these people have, because it was the first 3 Goodwill stores I went to was, I'm not gonna lie, the book selection itself was terrible. The conditions of the books were bad, and honestly, the way they were kind of set up, it made you just not even want to really look through them. So I was like, but it's impossible. You can't tell me these people are finding all these wonderful books from Goodwill and I can't find any. So I was going to give up, but then something said, well, no, just go check in a different area. And I did that. I drove about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes to a different county. And that's where it's at. So when you're thrifting, I think the big thing is not to give up where you're going. Not to give up on it, like check different places. And I still end up checking different places outside of that one particular area. Some has some good books, but nothing like that one particular place. So in this video, what I want to do, again, like I said, I want to start this series where I want to give you guys 5 good books that I got from there. Now, the books that I got from the different county, I'm not gonna lie, I probably did get about 30 something books. Now, I don't do huge hauls because I usually don't even buy that amount of books, but the books were like $1. $2 was the max, which is why the series is going to be called 5 for 10 or less. For if you have like hardcover 5, the most you're going to pay is $10. To me, you can't beat that. And then after I got those books, I went to Raleigh, North Carolina, and I have a video. I'm not certain if I released it or it will be released, but I went there and I went to Quail Ridge Bookstore, Ollie's there, of course, Barnes and Nobles, and I went to their Goodwill store. Well, not their Goodwill store there, but in North Carolina, a different area of North Carolina. I picked up some books there. So I have quite a few books, but I don't want to bore you guys to death by reading through like the, synopsis and all that of every book, like one big haul. And I want to do more than just show you the book. I want you to actually know what it's about. So I'm only going to do 5 at a time, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's see. Okay, guys, so let's get started with the first book. Now, at first, I wasn't going to pull this off of my bookshelf because usually I just put the picture, somewhere here. But I did want to just show you the condition of the book. So the first book I have here is Sting by Sandra Brown. And if you look, it's pretty good condition. It's a little, it got a little something happening there, but for the most part, it's good. I don't know if you can see like this like spot here, but that's only here because that's where Goodwill had their sticker, and so or that was it was a stickers of some sort there. I think the Goodwill sticker was here and I peeled that off. But anyway, that's a sticker spot that's there. But outside of that, it's really pretty good. I mean, someone wrote something on the top of there, but for the most part, and I know you can't really see what I'm flipping here, the book is in really good condition. So anyway, go to my notes. Let me tell you about this book. So Sting by Sandra Brown. This is a romantic suspense mystery thriller. So we have a dangerous encounter that leads to kidnapping when Shaw abducts Jordy for $30 million that her brother stole. Now on the run from criminals and FBI, they must trust each other in order to survive. Miles away from civilization and surrounded by swampland, the two play each other against their common enemy. Jordy's only chance of survival is to outwit Shaw, but it soon becomes clear to Shaw that Jordy isn't entirely trustworthy either. With nonstop plot twists and the tantalizing sexual tension that has made Sandra Brown one of the world's best loved authors, Sting will keep readers on the edge of their seats until the final pages. Now, I have never read a book by Sandra Brown, so I don't know if she's the world's best loved author or not. That's what the blurb said in there. But the premise of this book does sound good, though. Okay, guys. So the next book that I have on the list is Jennifer Weiner, The Breakaway. So this book, this part was torn here, but you know, that's not a really big deal. And then it has like this little marking here. But really what I've learned is that marking comes on like a lot of books from Book Outlet or books that are discounted. They're marked. So again, that's not a big deal. You can't really see in here, but I mean, it looks like a brand new book. Like it looked like it barely was cracked open. But anyway, so The Breakaway by Jennifer Weiner. This is a contemporary romance, adult fiction. We have 33-year-old Abby Stern, who has made it to a happy place in her life. She's at peace with her plus size body, at least most of the time, and she's on track to marry Mark Madoff, her childhood summer sweetheart, a man she met at the weight loss camp that her perpetually dieting mother forced her to attend. Yet Abby can't escape the feeling that something isn't right, or the memories of one thrilling night she spent with a man named Sebastian 2 years previously. So when she goes on a cycling trip and reconnects with a past lover, Sebastian, while also dealing with her mother's body shaming and her own insecurities, things get complicated fast. Now, I have read a book by this author. I want to say it's called Big Summer. I read that some years ago and it was a pretty good book. So I look forward to reading this one as well. Okay, so next we have Days of Gold by Drew Devereaux. Now, I'm not going to lie. I picked this book up because I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I just love the way this cover looked. And it also is in good condition. I don't know if this picks up on the camera, but again, this part here is just from the sticker that the Goodwill had on there. But it looks, again, brand spanking new, and it just has that little marking that's on there. So Days of Gold, this is a contemporary historical romance that's based out of Scotland. This is book number 2 in the Eidolon series, and it can be read as a standalone. So we have Angus, who is the laird of the Scotland clan back in 1766. He is respected by all men and adored by women until he meets Edelyn. She rejects him, but then later needs his help to reclaim the gold she inherited from her father, which is on its way to America. At first, he refuses to help her, but then pushes his pride to the side and decides to help. However, when he tries to intervene, he's accused of kidnapping and theft. To avoid prosecution, he is forced to leave behind all he knows and loves. This also sounds like it's going to be a really good book, so I look forward to reading it. But again, I'm not going to lie, I bought it because of this beautiful cover. All right, guys. Next on the list, we have 8 Days to Live by Iris Johansson. This is I think pretty good condition as well. I know you can't see inside. The pages itself looks like a little old, but I mean, outside of the coloring, there's nothing wrong with this book. It looks really good to me. So anyway, we have 8 Days to Live. This is a mystery suspense crime thriller. This is book number 10 in the Eve Duncan series, and it can be read as a standalone. The story follows Eve Duncan and her adopted daughter Jane as they confront a cult that has targeted Jane for sacrifice. Jane has no idea why she has painted this portrait that hangs in a Paris gallery, but the members of a cult that dates back to the time of Christ know both the face and the significance behind that portrait. They believe that Jane must be Pum Pum when the moment is right, but for now, they target those close to her and Pum Pum them without mercy or conscience. Now, I have just been talking about I want to read more books that deal with cults. I don't know why, but I kind of do. But I don't really know of any book besides the one, The Mirror House. I believe is what it's called, The Mirror House, something like that. If you guys have any good recommendation, please put them in the comments below because I really would like to read some probably fiction. I don't know if I want to read nonfiction cult books, but probably fictional cult books. If y'all know any, please let me know. Okay, friends, so I thought I was recording this last book and I was not. So I'm not exactly certain where I stopped at, but we have Elizabeth Lowell. This is Always Time to Die. Again, I don't know where the video cut off at, but the condition of this book is really good. It has a spot here on the bottom, and then it has like a stamp here that says Sun City Book Exchange Club. But other than that, it's pretty good. Just a little bit of damage at the top here, but really nothing significant. So this is a mystery suspense crime thriller. This is book number 1 in the Saint Kilda Consultant series. So we have the powerful Quantrell family of New Mexico that has spent decades in the public eye. Now the recent death of the clan's patriarch, a former U.S. senator, has placed his son, Governor Josh Quantrell, squarely in the spotlight as he prepares his run for the highest political office in the land. Research in personal history isn't just Caroline, aka Carly May's profession, it's her passion. So when the governor's eccentric aunt Winifred invites Carly into the Quantrell's private compound to compile a genealogical record of the illustrious residents, she can hardly believe her good luck. But digging into the past is raising troubling questions about the would-be president's private life, his late father and catatonic mother, and the grisly street crime that left his notorious drug addicted sister dead. And it soon becomes frighteningly apparent that the motivation of the doty old woman who hired Carly might be something more akin to revenge, and that someone is determined to remove the inquisitive genealogist from the picture by any means necessary. Okay, friends, so that is part 1 in the 5 for 10 or less series. I really hope you guys enjoy this series. Now, I know because I am getting this from the Goodwill store, there's, no way that you all could go to the Goodwill store and get the same book, but that's not really the point. The point is to show that you can get good books at discounted prices and still support your local Goodwill store. But, the most important things, again, is that we're talking about books. So, luckily, we live in an era where you can go online if there's a book you like and order it, from various different places. So, hopefully, one of these 5 books will pique your interest. If you think that you probably will pick up one of these books, let me know. But definitely do not forget, If you have any not nonfiction, if you have any fictional cult books that are good, please leave that in the comment below. And as usual, I thank you all. I appreciate you all, and I look forward to seeing you another time. Love you guys. Bye.